What if I told you that within the first few seconds of meeting a woman, you could tell whether she's genuinely interested in you? No second guessing, no overanalyzing, just clear, undeniable signs that reveal her attraction before the conversation even begins. Most men waste time chasing women who are only half interested, misreading signals, or worse, ignoring the ones who actually want them. But here's the truth. Attraction isn't complicated. Women communicate it in subtle yet powerful ways, and if you don't recognize these signs, you might let the right one slip away without even knowing it. The difference between a man who effortlessly attracts women and a man who constantly struggles isn't luck, it's awareness. And today, I'm going to give you that awareness. So, before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, "I see the signs." Let's get started. Number 1. The silent language of a woman's greeting. What if I told you that the way a woman greets you is more than just words? It's a silent language of emotions, a coded message revealing her interest, her comfort, and even her unspoken desires. Most men are blind to these signals, trapped in the illusion that a simple "hey" or "how are you" is just polite conversation. But the truth, the way she acknowledges your presence, holds secrets that can change the way you see attraction forever. The very thing you've overlooked, her tone, her touch, her gaze, could be the key to unlocking a deeper connection. Because attraction isn't just spoken, it's felt, sensed, and most importantly, observed. And once you learn how to decode these signals, you'll never second-guess a woman's interest again. A warm, lingering smile, a subtle yet deliberate touch, a moment of hesitation before she speaks. These are not accidents. They are windows into her emotions, invitations to engage, and clues to where you stand in her mind. But here's the catch. If you react with desperation, if you lean in too fast, you destroy the very energy that made her drawn to you in the first place. This is where true strength lies, not in chasing, but in understanding. Not in reacting, but in knowing. So right now you have a choice. You can remain blind to the hidden dynamics of attraction, letting opportunities slip through your fingers. Or you can sharpen your awareness, master the silent language of greetings, and move with the quiet confidence of a man who understands human nature at its core. If you're ready to see what most men miss, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I see what others don't. Number 2. The warmth of a genuine smile, a silent message of affection. A smile is the first language of attraction, a silent yet powerful signal that can reveal more than words ever could. But not all smiles are created equal. Some are fleeting and polite, given out of social courtesy. Others are empty, forced out of habit. But then there's the rare kind, the genuine smile that lingers, the one that is not just a movement of the lips, but an expression of true emotion. And if you pay close attention, you'll realize that a woman's real feelings are often embedded in that very first greeting. When she sees you and her face lights up effortlessly, when her lips curl into a natural, unguarded smile, when her eyes soften and tiny creases form at the corners, this is what scientists call a Duchenne smile. The only kind of smile that is involuntary, impossible to fake. It is a raw, unfiltered reaction, a subconscious confirmation that your presence brings her a sense of happiness, a surge of warmth that she cannot suppress. But here is where most men fail. They misinterpret this as something bigger than it is. They cling to it. They inflate its significance in their minds, turning a moment of connection into a confirmation of love, interest, or something it may not yet be. They see the smile and suddenly assume too much, that she is interested, wants something more, and is signaling commitment. And this is where emotional weakness begins. A Stoic man, however, does not fall into this trap. He does not let fleeting external stimuli dictate his emotions. He understands that while her smile may indicate warmth, It does not guarantee anything beyond that moment. He appreciates it, but he does not become attached to it. He enjoys the interaction, but he does not allow it to shape his self-worth. He observes, he acknowledges, but he remains in control. This is the difference between a man who leads and a man who is led by his emotions. A man who leads does not let a simple greeting shake his foundation. He does not seek validation through the approval of a woman because he already validates himself. He does not respond with neediness, nor does he overanalyze the moment. Instead, he meets her warmth with an equal level of composure and strength, an unshakable and magnetic presence. She will notice this. She will sense that unlike other men, you are not easily swayed. You are not reading into things unnecessarily, nor are you reacting with desperation. And this, paradoxically, will make her even more intrigued. Because nothing draws in a woman more than a man who remains centered, a man whose emotions do not fluctuate with every minor external signal. So the next time a woman greets you with a genuine, lingering smile, recognize it, appreciate it, but do not let it define you. Because a man who remains indifferent to fleeting moments is the man who ultimately commands the respect and the attraction of those around him. Number 3, the subtle power of touch when words are not enough. Touch is the most primal form of communication. Long before language, before words were crafted to express emotions, humans relied on physical gestures to convey connection, trust, and attraction. And even today, in a world filled with spoken complexities, a simple touch still carries more weight than 1,000 words. When a woman greets you and finds subtle ways to initiate physical contact, she is not just saying hello, she is bridging the gap between two separate worlds, inviting you into her personal space in a way that goes beyond mere politeness. But what truly matters is how she does it. If she briefly places her hand on your forearm while laughing, if she lightly nudges your shoulder in a playful manner, if she lingers for just a fraction of a second longer when she hugs you, these are not coincidences. These are signals. Physical contact, especially when it occurs naturally and effortlessly, is one of the most telling signs of comfort and interest. Here's the mistake most men make. They overreact. They interpret a simple, casual touch as an immediate declaration of affection, as if it were an undeniable contract of desire. They become too attached to the moment, fixating on it, replaying it in their minds, giving it too much meaning. And in doing so, they lose control of their frame. A stoic man, on the other hand, does not fall into this trap. He understands that while touch is significant, it is still just one piece of the puzzle. He does not let it consume his thoughts, nor does he respond with eager anticipation. Instead, he remains composed. He acknowledges the gesture, but he does not let it dictate his emotions. He does not lean in desperately, nor does he escalate too soon out of sheer excitement. And this control, this ability to remain grounded despite the external stimulus, is what sets him apart. Because the man who is unfazed by physical contact is the man who naturally invites more of it. When she sees that you are not shaken, that you do not immediately seek more, she becomes more intrigued, more drawn in, more likely to test the boundaries further. Women are deeply intuitive, and they can sense when a man is centering his entire experience around their presence. A man who reacts too eagerly, who seeks more than what is being offered, immediately loses his mystery. But a man who remains controlled, who lets her actions unfold naturally without pushing or seeking validation, becomes the man who commands attention effortlessly. So when she touches you next time, whether it's a light brush of the fingers, a playful nudge, or a prolonged embrace, absorb the moment but remain unmoved. Let her be the one who wonders why you are so centered, why you do not react like other men, why you remain sovereign over your own emotions. And in that stillness, in that quiet confidence, you become irresistibly magnetic. Number 4. The eyes that speak louder than words. Eyes are the windows to the soul, a cliché that has stood the test of time because it holds undeniable truth. In a world where words can deceive, where smiles can be forced, where actions can be rehearsed, the eyes remain the one thing that rarely lies. When a woman greets you and holds your gaze for longer than necessary, it is never just a simple look. It is a silent dialogue, a moment where unspoken emotions pulse beneath the surface. A quick glance can be accidental, but a prolonged one? That is deliberate. But not all eye contact is the same. The woman who casually meets your eyes in a crowded room and quickly looks away is different from the one who holds your gaze, even for a split second longer than expected. And the one who lets her eyes drift toward your lips while speaking? That's something else entirely. This isn't just visual engagement, it is psychological interplay. Prolonged eye contact triggers the brain's limbic system, activating a sense of emotional intensity and increasing the production of oxytocin, the same hormone responsible for bonding and attraction. It's why locked eyes can feel so electrifying, so intimate, so undeniably personal. But here's where most men fail. They shy away. The moment they sense intensity in her gaze, they break eye contact too soon, signaling uncertainty, doubt, or even weakness. Or worse, they stare too aggressively, trying to assert dominance, which can come across as unnatural, forced, or even unsettling. A Stoic man, however, understands that eye contact is not a battle, it is a dance. He does not avert his gaze out of discomfort, nor does he try to overpower her with an overbearing stare. Instead, he meets her eyes with calm certainty, holding her gaze just long enough to show that he is present, that he is in control, that he is unshaken by the moment. And this subtle difference is what shifts the entire dynamic. Because the man who is comfortable with intensity, who does not flinch under the weight of her gaze, who remains steady and composed, creates mystery. She begins to wonder, why does he not look away? Why does he seem so sure of himself? What is he thinking? That curiosity is powerful. That curiosity is attraction. And here's the key. You don't need to do anything more than hold your ground. No nervous laughter, no quick glances away, no excessive staring, just presence, just awareness, just absolute certainty in who you are. If she maintains eye contact with you while greeting you, if her gaze lingers even when the words have already been spoken, understand the weight of that moment, but never let it control you. Accept it, appreciate it, but remain unmoved. Number 5. The greeting that feels like a private joke. A simple hello is just that. A greeting, a formality, a routine exchange of pleasantries. But when a woman greets you in a way that feels personal, playful, or uniquely crafted just for you, it's no longer just a greeting, it's a statement. She could say something teasing, something unexpected that instantly makes the moment feel different from how she greets anyone else. Instead of a standard hey, she might smirk and say, "Look who finally showed up." Instead of a polite "How are you?" she might raise an eyebrow and say, "Causing trouble again?" These little quirks aren't accidental. They are social markers of comfort, interest, and emotional investment. If she greets you with a nickname, a teasing phrase, or a unique spin on a common salutation, it means she's thinking about engaging with you in a way that stands out. Here's where most men miss the mark. They either fail to recognize the playfulness and respond with dull, generic answers, or they overreact, trying too hard to match the energy, which can come off as forced. A Stoic man, however, understands the subtle power of being unfazed yet engaged. He acknowledges the special nature of her greeting, but he does not lose himself in it. Instead of trying to match her energy exaggeratedly, he keeps his response cool, composed, and effortless. For example, If she says you again with a playful smirk, he doesn't laugh nervously or try to be extra witty. He simply tilts his head and replies, "Couldn't stay away, could you?" Calm, confident, and in control. If she calls him by a nickname, he doesn't overanalyze it. He just acknowledges it with a slight grin, accepting the dynamic without needing to overplay it. The key is to remain centered, to let her create the playful energy while you maintain an air of effortless confidence. Because the moment you start chasing the joke, trying too hard to be funny, or getting overly excited that she's paying you special attention, you lose the magnetism of restraint. But if you receive her greeting with quiet confidence, if you acknowledge the uniqueness without being rattled by it, she will feel the shift in power. She will sense the mystery. And mystery is irresistible. So the next time a woman greets you in a way that feels more personal, playful, or teasing, don't rush to impress her. Stand firm, respond with ease, and let the moment work for you. Number 6. The nervous energy that betrays her feelings. Confidence is controlled energy, the kind that makes a person seem at ease, unshaken, in command. But what happens when someone loses that control in your presence? When a woman greets you and suddenly seems fidgety, hesitant, or slightly clumsy, her body is revealing something her words do not. That she is experiencing a surge of internal emotions at the sight of you. This could manifest in subtle ways. She adjusts her hair more than usual. Her voice comes out a little too fast or slightly uneven. She lets out a nervous giggle at something that wasn't that funny. She fumbles with an object in her hands, as if trying to give her fingers something to do. She blushes even for a split second, then looks away as if to regain control. These are not random behaviors. They are signs that you occupy her mind. They show that she is self-certain in your presence, conscious of how she is being perceived. A woman who is indifferent to you won't have this problem. Her movements will be measured, composed, routine, just like they are with everyone else. But if she is invested in how she appears to you, her body will betray that investment through these small, involuntary signals. Now, here's the crucial mistake most men make. They either don't notice it at all and miss an opportunity to deepen the connection, or they call it out too soon and make her self-conscious. A Stoic man understands the power of silence, patience, and calibrated presence. He doesn't need to point out her nervous energy. He simply lets it exist. He acknowledges it mentally, but he remains calm, composed, and unreactive. By doing so, he gives her space to process her own emotions, to realize that she is the one feeling the weight of the moment, not him. This imbalance, where she is the one feeling the nervous energy and he remains completely steady, creates an unconscious shift in power. She begins to wonder, why do I feel this way around him? Why? What is it about him that makes me react like this? This is the kind of psychological tension that builds attraction. So the next time you notice a woman greeting you with subtle, nervous energy, don't rush to acknowledge it. Don't try to make her feel comfortable too quickly. Instead, simply let it breathe. Let the moment stretch. Let her realize that she is the one feeling something and that you remain unmoved. Number 7. The power of her unique. A greeting is not just words, it is an energy transfer. And when a woman greets you in a way that is different from how she greets everyone else, she is revealing something subtle but powerful. You are not just another person to her. Some greetings are generic, delivered without thought. Hey, what's up? Oh, hi. Morning. But then there are personalized greetings, the ones that carry meaning, playfulness, or intimacy. Look who decided to show up, teaching, playful. Well, if it isn't trouble himself, suggest, are you avoiding me, or are you just this hard to find? Implies she's noticed your absence. These are not random. A woman who doesn't care about you will keep her greeting neutral, predictable, and polite. But a woman who sees you differently will add something extra. A unique phrase, a teasing tone, a small joke meant only for you. She is, in essence, creating a private language between the two of you. This is key to emotional connection. Humans bond through inside jokes, shared phrases, and unspoken meanings. When she crafts a greeting just for you, she is carving out a mental space where you exist separately from others. The mistake most men make? Either by assuming too much or by dismissing it altogether. A Stoic man does neither. He receives her personalized greeting with a composed smile, a steady gaze, and a response that matches her energy without exceeding it. If she teases, he teases back, but with control. If she jokes, he plays along, but with restraint. He doesn't push too hard or become too eager, because he understands that attraction is a game of tension and balance. The key here is mirroring. She's testing to see if you understand the rhythm she's setting. If you can keep up without losing control, you pass the test. So, the next time a woman greets you in a unique way, recognize what's happening, understand the psychology behind it, but most importantly, stay steady. Now you know what to look for. No more confusion, no more wasted time. If she's showing these 6 signs, she's already interested. Don't hesitate, don't overthink, move with confidence, because attraction is about energy, not perfection. You've just unlocked a new level of awareness. But remember, attraction isn't just about noticing signs. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally draws women in. That power has always been yours. If you're ready to keep leveling up, like this video, subscribe and comment "I am undeniable." Stay sharp, stay confident, because the right woman will recognize your value the moment you walk in.